everybody to Live with EDC. My name is Carlos. It was a long week. Been doing a lot of hunting. That's why I didn't put up a video last week. So I'm making this one to compensate for last week's absence. But I've been doing a lot of hunting, and there's a lot of dove hunting. Actually, we've been harvesting. That's the proper etiquette out here amongst hunters. We're harvesting a whole lot of dove. It was a great day when we went to go hunt in Hondo. My buddy Sergio finally got back from out of town. Actually, he was working out of town, and we got together and put on a hunt over there at his ranch. And it was a great day of dove harvesting. Thanks, Sergio, for inviting me. And Pete, my buddy Pete, also, he was there also. He's our buddy. And we had a lot of fun out there. And today, guys, video today is about the survival tin. Well, actually, it's not. I couldn't make a tin. It's too small of something. I did not feel comfortable in making a little tin about so big and making it work for me. You know, I couldn't do it. It's too small, and I felt I was depriving myself of certain things that I need a peace of mind, you know. So this is what I came up with right here, guys. So I'm gonna dump this out. Actually, this is the pouch that I talked about I think a couple of videos ago. This is the Condor utility pouch. It's pretty big. If you can see the size of it, I think it's like 4.5 by, I think it's 6 and by 5. And it is big. It is big. It's not too heavy, but everything that's in here is perfect for me. This is what's gonna get me home from work to my house. If something happens, if everything that I feel that I need is in here. I had to go this big. I couldn't go down to the small little tin and expect to survive. You know, it's to me, it's not feasible. And I feel a lot more comfortable with one of these. So let me dump this out and lay it on the table, and then and we'll talk about each item in here. So hang in there. All right, this is what I had in the front pouch. These are the items I had in there. Mostly they're just tools. Well, actually, everything's a tool. I had a can opener. This is one of the military style can openers. Have a trusty flashlight, and then we had a little pin. This is a regular big pin. I just cut it down to size to fit into the pouch. It writes just what I need. And then up front, I also had my ferro rod and striker to make a fire. And then this little knife. It's a small knife. It's not big. It's one of those purchases where you thought it was a certain size, but it turned out to be a little 3.5 inch knife. But it is very, very useful. It's small, but I think it will do the job in an emergency. And then I had my little screwdriver, my Night Eyes little screwdriver. I could use this as a pry bar also as well. And then my lucky, trustworthy, true utility multi-tool. This is a really, really good tool. If you ever see it online, get one of these. It's small, it's lightweight, and to me, it's been doing the job for what I've been using it for. So that was in front, in the front pouch. Next. All right, so these are the items that were inside the main compartment here. It's a lot of space in here, guys. I'm sure you could take a look. I mean, there's some web netting over here that had some other stuff, and then it's just open in the middle. So all these items were in here. Those are the things I decided that I would need to get home in an event. So let's talk about these very quick. First, I have some cordage. I got some micro cord and some paracord here. I got, I think, 25 feet of micro cord, and I have another 25 feet of paracord. I also have some 4 small, I think they're 4-inch zip ties. I also have 4 cable ties here from Night Eyes. I have some super glue, little Gorilla Glue. It could be used for anything, for cuts. If you have a real bad cut, you gotta seal yourself somehow, you could use that. Also a little emergency whistle. I coached a couple years ago, and I had this in my truck, so I didn't want to let it go to waste, so I put it into this kit. Also for signaling, I have a little mirror. This is maybe a 3.5 by 5 inch mirror. You know, I haven't taken off the protective cover yet, because I don't want it to scratch while it's in there. And I have it wrapped inside the handkerchief. You know, this could be a filter to filter out water, and or just cover yourself from the sun. And that's why it's in my pack 4. Yeah, it protects this one, and it serves for other purposes as well. And then also, if I'm gathering water, I found these Ziploc bags. I think they might be 1 liter. I think they were a liter. That's what it said in the box. So I got 2 of these. They're pretty durable. I think I can collect the water and filter it with my handkerchief nicely. So I have some Ziploc bags. I have another, actually, along with the water, filling these with water, I got some Aqua tabs here. You use the white cap bottle first, and then you use after 30 minutes, you use the yellow cap. I wanted to put a Sharpie up here, A, then B, and then +3, because I think after 3 minutes, you could use the water when it's fully purified. So that's very interesting. If y'all never worked with Aqua tabs before, you know, take a look at them. You know, check them out, and order yourself some. You might need those, you know, one day, and you'll have them ready to go. And they just come in the bottle, and they give you instructions on how to use them. So it's pretty easy. Next, I have a little Ziploc bag here, and this one, I just have some paper and some aluminum foil. I have some, maybe, I think this is maybe a 24 by 24 piece of heavy duty aluminum foil. If I need to boil water, maybe I'll run out of tabs, you know, but you know, it's an emergency. I could use it for anything, maybe even cook something on here. If I find a fish, or if I manage to catch a bird or something, you know, I could use that to use it as a pan or something to cook whatever I catch. I have some paper also to write down a note. You know, it's just 5 pieces of, I think it's 3. Yeah, there's only 3 pieces of paper. You know, I have the little love note from the boss. And actually there's 4 papers, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. I'll probably put up maybe a couple more just in case, but you can use this as tinder to start a fire, and write out notes letting people know that you passed by there and you're headed a certain direction, heading home or heading somewhere in a specific direction. And then in here also, oh, here's the 5th one. I knew I had 5 of them. There it is. Oh no, I had more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sheets total. All right, on with the next item was the paper clips. I have some large paper clips also in there. I didn't want them mixed up, and you know, trying to find them. I know they'll be in this Ziploc bag here with these items. But paper clips, if MacGyver can make a plane run with these, hey, I can do a miracle too. Pretty cool. I saw it in other videos. If I need something to do with something with this, hey, at least I have 2 paper clips to do it. Next is a first aid blanket. I do have other blankets in my in my backpack and my everyday carry bag. In my first aid kit, I do have this. I don't like the size of it. It's kind of bulky, kind of thick, but I think the size, I like the size. It was 52 inches by 84. Very good size for me. Maybe even make a little tent out of it along with the paracord. You never know. Whatever comes to mind in an emergency, you know, I have the things here to do whatever I want to do with this, like a shelter, or just cover myself for the cold night. But I have it. I had like that little first aid blanket survival. It's called the survival wrap. Also, I found these at Wally World in the fishing section, and they're little glow in the dark sticks, glow sticks. They're small. They're not big, but you know, I was gonna take them out of the package and just throw them in there, or maybe even put them in this Ziploc bag so it won't get lost. But they're small. They're pretty cool. Let's light one up. They're not too expensive, and see what they do. Oh yeah, I see it now. I know it's daylight and the sun's coming. You know, a lot of light is coming in, natural light from the windows, but it is working. It is working right there. It's pretty cool. If I need these to mark my location, maybe they're looking for me or something, I could mark it off with this, throw it out there, or hang it somewhere. You know, that's pretty cool. But I'm gonna get some more and replace these. It's always good to have a couple more of these on hand. Also, I do have some hand sanitizer. I found this little bottle at work, and I thought this is perfect for my emergency survival kit pouch. And I filled it up with sanitizer, so I have it, you know, I think I used that, give some to the boss or something. Yeah, it's not fully full, not totally full, but it has a lot. It's a full, almost a full bottle. And then I put some Gorilla Tape on here. I think I was like, I measured it out to about 10, no, it wasn't 10 feet. It was like 5 feet of Gorilla Tape. An emergency Gorilla Tape or Duct Tape is a very useful tool. Also, a fire. If I want to heat up myself, you know, cook some, heat up some water, boil water, heat up some food or something. You know, one of my friend's sons is a Boy Scout, and he said he can make a fire with this and a little bit of tab. Tab, I didn't know what tab was. I was just up in the air with tab, and I said, okay, we'll see. And then he showed me what tab was, and tab is in here, and we'll talk about that tab next. And in here is everything I need to start a fire with, which is tinder. I put it in this container because it's waterproof. There's a little seal here that no water will go in here and mess up or wet any of these items in here, which is rope. This little rope tinder. And we have some storm matches. I mean, they say if you light it and put it in water, these things are still lit. So I'm looking forward to trying these one of these days, just to check it out. And then at the very bottom are those tabs. Right here. This is tab. I didn't know that was tab. I thought it was just called pretty much just tinder, but there's called tab. So you just fluff that up and use your ferro rod, which is it was in the front pocket, and the striker, and it'll light, and then you can start a little fire with that. I thought that was really, really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to making a video with my friend's son, the Boy Scout, and show me how to use that in conjunction with the Carmex to start a fire. And then also in here is a little striker for the matches. I forgot about the striker because it's way in there, but it also comes with a little striker, and I'll set this up again after the video. One cool thing that I found on Amazon was this lighter. Actually, it's called a hemp wick lighter wrap. I thought this was really cool when I saw it, and I've seen stuff like this that people just use some Gorilla Tape and wrap the wick in under the Gorilla Tape or the Duct Tape, and then they just pull whatever they need. And this is really cool because you only light it just a little bit, and the wick turns on. And you could be here. Well, you know what? Let's keep it on and see how it does. You see how long? Oh, you see how long it'll go. I got maybe like an inch and a half right there. Inch and a half going right there. See how long that goes. And instead of using your fuel on your lighter, you just turn on the wick and light up a fire, some tinder, some of these, maybe some little piece of wood that you found, some twigs to start a fire, and it keeps going. I think we're on like maybe 30 seconds for an inch and a half. I mean, that's more than enough time to even start a fire with that inch and a half of wick. That's cool. Just turn it off. It doesn't burn. It won't burn you. Just a little fire. It's not too bad. But I thought this was really, really cool. Very useful, and you can manage the fuel in your lighter with this very, very well. I thought that was cool. That was a great buy in my opinion. And then we got some bullion cubes. Maybe I can't get home that night, and or a couple of nights. I don't know what the situation would be or how bad it would get if it hits the fan. But I have some bullion cubes to boil some water, and have maybe a little cup of soup. Like back in the day, used to have little packets of flavoring, and we would make it was called a cup of soup, and keep me going. In my mind, just keep me going, and having some flavoring in my water. Just salt. There's a lot of salt in this. Very helpful to get you going, keep you going. I thought that was pretty interesting in one of the videos, so I wanted to add it to my survival kit. Also with water, you just don't want to drink water, but there's these flavorings. The boss bought us some flavorings a couple of weeks ago, and I like them. And I added some of these little bags in my survival kit. You know, maybe I need something flavored, so I got some tea, some peach iced tea flavoring for my water. Also in the morning, I mean, again, if I'm not home the next day or that same day, and I got some coffee, some instant coffee crystals from Folgers. I am a coffee man. You know, I do a lot of the decaf, but if I need that little burst of energy in the morning to get me going, you know, I have some coffee to do that. So, and then one more thing I didn't talk about. It was this was in my front pouch, which is a little compass. But the thing is, I just noticed right now, if I put it up against some metal, and it does that bit, and I heard if it's around something too magnetic or something metallic, it messes up the compass. I don't know how true that is, but it was with all these boys, and look what it does when you pass it by the compass. So I need to figure out where to put it inside, away from the tools in the front pouch. One more thing was I'm very big on first aid kits. So I don't have too much stuff in here. I got some sanitizer, some antibiotics, some itch creams, some alcohol wipes. I got like 4 or 5 different band-aids in here. I got another big bandage here, like for a real bad injury, like a real bad cut. You know, I have the little bandage to soak up and to seal. And then I have this tape. I've come to be very fond of this little elasticy tape. I never trusted it. Maybe back in the day when I would use it, it was not the greatest, but I guess the companies now make it a lot better with better adhesive, and I trust it now. I've been using this one at work. I've got, well, actually one similar to this one, and I went to Walmart and got me a little roll also, just to put into my survival kit, first aid kit. So this is it right here, guys. It's small, lightweight. I mean, it doesn't weigh anything, but I'm sure some way, somehow, in an injury, in a survival situation, this is gonna take care of me. So that's it. This is what I have as my survival kit. It's not the small tin. You know, again, you know, I don't agree. A little small tin, and I just don't feel like I could do it. But you know, some people can, and I'm happy they can. That they feel that they can. You know, do it with one of the little small tins, survival tins, and that's great. You know, to me, this is it. If I'm going to be taking off in an event that it's an emergency, I get out of work, my truck is down, everything's down, and people are panicking, I'm not going to panic. I got my tools, I got my pouch, and I have enough knowledge to use all this and to get me home. I thought this was the really cool thing I could have done. I want to make one for the boss too, and maybe even for my son, because all these things right here, it's enough. It's enough for me, even the size of the pouch. Also, the pouch, these straps, you put them on your belt, and I tried it at work because I showed this pack to one of the guys, or actually 2 other guys at work, and they were like amazed at all the stuff it had in there. And the first thing it said, "Hey man, if something happens, man, we're gonna go with you," which is cool. You know, I'll gladly walk them as far as I can, and then we'll part ways, and I'm sure they'll be fine getting home. But as far as me, this is me right here. This is what I trust. I trusted my way of thinking, and this is what I came up with. All right, so thanks again, guys, for watching, and we're close to that 500 subscriber giveaway, guys. We're getting close. It's just trickling. I know that all this past week I've been doing a lot of hunting, and I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't seen some of my buddies' videos, and hopefully this week we'll just get back in line and get back to putting up good content. Again, guys, thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.